Suck my dick. Yeah.
Damn!
You know, Jason did that video 11 fucking years ago. And you know what? I agree with him. Suck my fucking princess wand.
What?
I've come to a realization myself, just like he did. Why do I give that much of a fuck? I come on here and I claim a lot that I don't really give a fuck about what people say to me. But like, I do at times. I'm still human. I still let people get to me every once in a while. Why? Who gives a fuck? I bust my ass on this channel. I've busted my ass for over 15 years now. Pretty much. Probably has been doing this since about 2010 actually. So 2010, 2011. So yeah, about 15, 16 years. With particular emphasis on the last few years, the last like 5 years, where I have been trying to educate people on Marxism and Maoist third worldism. You know, I've suffered transphobic and homophobic slurs, attacks from so-called leftists for defending my comrades and my positions. People like to attack me because of absolute and complete crap. They attack me with baseless accusations, but never actually confront any of the arguments that I put forward. Oh, I'm a Marxist third worldist and a Maoist third worldist, so everything that I say must obviously be wrong. I must be crazy. I must be that. I must be this. You just want dead bodies. You're just a tanky. Yeah, maybe come up with something more original there, shitlib. I don't believe in electoralism, because to do so would be acknowledging the bourgeois system itself, which I don't. So people turn around and say, well, at least my protest and my vote is actually doing something. Yeah, because nothing says sticking it to the system that won't change by doing nothing to actually change it. By participating in its electoral system that doesn't achieve anything anyway, but other than keeping the same status quo in place. Even the so-called socialist candidates you put forward fucking caved to the status quo immediately after the elections, and yet you just make up the same excuses after excuses after excuses to justify not doing revolution. Nothing says sticking it to the system like engaging in performative activism when the overlords say you can. Meanwhile, me putting out content, trying to educate people and delivering news from a Marxist and third worldist perspective is apparently doing nothing. What other trans woman out there is doing content like mine where she is respected by the trans community, the indigenous community, the black community, because she speaks with a genuine voice, who understands and not only sympathizes but empathizes with the lumpen? I have been lumpen many times in my life. My mom is lumpen. Some of my closest friends and comrades are lumpen. I may just be some cunt on the internet and I still maintain that to be true.
You're a cunt. What are you? Yes, you are. You live in a cunty cottage and you drive a cunty car.
But this here on YouTube, as a trans woman at least, I dominate this line. I dominate the line of being a trans leftist who knows class struggle and third worldism and dialectics. You know what else I also dominate at? Not giving into ID politics or gender warriorism like some of the poisonous fucking slop tubers on here.
This is a load of barnacles.
I heard that!
So you know what? Fuck off.
Fuck you.
I'll do what the fuck I want. If these petty people don't like me, you know, they want to make up baseless accusations about me or my comrades, without ever actually confronting any of the arguments that we make, fuck them. Why should I take them seriously? Now, don't get me wrong. I still am going to roast you over the coals, if it merits any sort of response. But I'm just not going to give a fuck or take you seriously anymore. If anything, I'm laughing at you. Like, why should I give any attention to some nobody on the internet who is most likely a fucking bot anyway? Why should the ruling class even care about us at all when the so-called left in the first world is a fucking joke? So you know what? I'm just going to stop responding to the people who aren't going to engage in intellectual or factually honest discourse. If you're not going to respond to my arguments, why should I do the same for you? Why should I care about what you think of me? Fuck them. I'm just going to do me and continue doing what I've been doing. Granted, now I have to be, a little more careful because of if I say anything that's too mean about isn't real and their unaliving of Palestinians, if I say anything too mean about Trump or ICE or some podcaster getting nerfed, I could not only get a community strike, I could get this channel taken down for being a violent criminal organization. I just have to respond with criticism to some other cunt on the internet, and apparently that's enough for me to get hit with harassment and bullying strikes. And by the way, if I am such a violent criminal organization, why haven't I been arrested yet? Or subpoenaed at least? Why am I even still here in the first place, still talking to you if I'm such a violent criminal organization? Why am I not being essayed and waterboarded by ICE or the FBI in some dingy cell in the desert somewhere?
That was really bad.
What exactly makes me a violent criminal organization? What makes Dr. Abraham Weisfeld a violent criminal organization? What makes Luke Dublin, aka the Anglicist, a violent criminal organization? Is it because we speak out about the genocide of Palestinians, the ongoing oppression of genocide of trans people? More specifically, me, who speaks on the ongoing oppression and genocide of trans people in the US and the UK? Is it because I support the armed revolution against the dictatorship of the bourgeoisie? My support for the DPRK or Iran? Or is it simply because people don't like me when I make comments about some fascist podcaster who made his career calling for the death of gay and trans people? So you're not a violent criminal when you attack or unalive leftists or black people or indigenous people or trans people. So you're not a violent criminal when you do that, but you are a violent criminal, or it's violent criminal behavior when the oppressed actually start fighting back against the oppressor. And you people, you fucking cucks that sit back and lick the boots, stick your tongues like so far up the brown ring of the oppressor by defending these people, defending the killing of innocents just because they live in an adversarial country. You defend the police or the government, or the fucking black and brown shirts that kidnap people off the streets. You people are the biggest fucking morons and hypocrites of them all.
Fuck you.
So you know what? I'm not going to give a fuck anymore. The message around here is still going to remain the same. I'm just going to have to be more mindful of what I say now. But people want to hate on me because I'm trans? Fine. Oh, you'll never be a real woman. Okay.
No. Anyway.
I don't know you, femininity. I don't know you, the look of femininity. I'm not here to be liked or attract anybody. This isn't Tinder.
Damn!
If you want to pretty trans woman who is willing to show you attention, that's what OnlyFans is for. You know, since you porn brain motherfuckers seem to love exploiting women for their bodies and looks anyway.
Damn!
And let's not even get into their whole lack of care for the trafficking of women and girls.
Damn!
But, you know, you want to attack me because I'm fat? Okay. Let's see how you look then.
Damn!
I've accepted myself for who I am.
I'm fat. Let me give you a minute to absorb that.
You know, are there things that I would change for, like, health reasons, for example? Oh, sure, absolutely. But I just simply don't care about what some dipshit on the internet says about me. So you know what? Go ahead and attack me for how I look. Go ahead and say I look like a man. I don't care. Your words don't hurt me. I've been out as trans for 7 years now. I've heard every insult and slur in the book.
Hey, I've seen this one. This is a classic.
You're not funny. You're not original. You're a lonely, sad, pathetic, and miserable fuck who is just trying to make him or herself feel better by bringing others down. Suck it.
Fudge you.
And I dare anyone to challenge me on my arguments about Marxism or Maoist third worldism or my defense of my comrades or my lack of gender warriorism. But nobody has and nobody will, because everyone is a fucking cowardly bitch. I challenged Zoe Baker and Park Rose privilege culture to debate me, and you know what they did? They blocked me because they're cowards. They don't ever confront me directly either. They send their fucking audience to attack me. One just happens to be very transphobic, or at least hides their transphobia, but is still very obviously being transphobic, while the other likes to pull the transphobia card and says that I have internalized transphobia and homophobia and misogyny and whatever. Well, both of them actually like to accuse me of misogyny and silencing women's voices. Okay. So you know what? If you don't like me, blow me. Why should I show any respect to people who are adverse to challenging their own bias and worldview? Why should I? It's a waste of my time and it's a waste of your guys' time. I'm going to do my thing and I'm going to just forget all about these people. Let them have their little pretend revolution by waving signs and, you know, thinking that they actually did something, like the pretentious, self-righteous do-nothings that they are, while they sit there and say that I'm doing nothing. But when the situations get worse and things play out just as us third worldists and us Marxists have said that they would, us tankies have said they would, we'll be here to give them the I told you so, just as we always have. And things will keep on spinning because they won't learn anything from it. You know, go ahead and call me names. You know, call me a tranny, call me a faggot, call me a bitch and a whore and a cunt.
Stop. My penis can only get so erect.
Say that I have internalized transphobia and homophobia. Call me a misogynist or a fucking misandrist. Call me a tanky. Call me an accelerationist. Call me a revisionist.
Oh, I'm gonna come.
Call me a fascist.
I'm gonna do it!
I don't care. I just simply do not care anymore. Because why should I care about someone who doesn't have anything to argue intellectually except to insult me and report my videos or my channel because they got all butthurt about something that I said?
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Why should I show any modicum of respect? Why should I give a single squirt of piss for these people? And you know what? You don't like me? Cool. come at me, bro. I will drag you into the deep end and make you take a drink. I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm not going to tolerate any of this gender warrior crap anymore. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go even harder on it from now on. You don't like me because I'm not a gender warrior?
Bring it on.
I'm not going to hate on masculinity because supposedly it's, inherently evil, as if, Western feminism, if we can even call that, as if that has become anything other than the thing that it claims to hate, a bunch of turfy male dominant rhetoric, essay apologist, pink imperialist bullshit. Because people also can't seem to understand the difference between masculinity and just outright cis male supremacy. Just like they also can't understand the difference between feminism and gender egalitarianism, which, by the way, is the more superior form of women's liberation. Yeah, I'm not gonna give a fuck anymore. You don't like it that I talk on these subjects? I'm gonna pull you into the deep end. And I'm kicking and screaming. So you know what? Blow me. People want to give me shit for looking like a man or I'll never be a real woman. I don't care. I don't know you shit. Yeah, I identify as a woman because I am one. People think that means that I should act more like a woman or take on more feminine characteristics. What does that even mean exactly? What, should I always be wearing a trad wife dress and cooking and cleaning and bouncing a baby on my hip? Is that what you want? I have always had more feminine traits. I've always been more prone to emotions and showing my feelings. Yeah, I like wearing dresses and strappy tops that are a bit more flowy. I also like some pretty masculine things, like punching people in the face and putting a boot up someone's ass. I like football and baseball. I like a good fight, whether it be boxing, MMA, cage fighting, whatever. I like a bit of violence, and I don't need to apologize for that shit because it's unladylike. Fuck ladylike. I don't know you shit. And to the gender warriors who want to fight me on that, I don't know you shit either. And in fact, you know what? I find it extremely misogynistic and sexist that you think I should be more like you because I like these evil masculine things. Suck my fucking princess wand till I glizzy, bitch.
What?
I'm sick and tired of these shithead liberals and the stupid shit that they say about me and my friends. So you know what? Fuck them. I'm going to just ignore them from now on because they aren't worth a single squirt of piss worth listening to. So yeah, I'm not going to apologize for liking masculine things. I'm not going to apologize for smoking weed either. I like weed. I like smoking weed. I like smoking weed on camera. And if you don't like it, piss off. I don't really drink anymore, but when I did, I like a good whiskey or a tequila. But you know what? I also like a good wine from time to time too. And I can't wait to hear the people try to call me bourgeois because I like wine. I like having a nice drink once in a while. Fuck you. Blow me. I like flavor. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want, say what the fuck I want, and I don't give a fuck who doesn't like me. What the fuck are you going to do about it? Make up lies and accusations and insinuations about me and not deal with any of the actual arguments that I make? Fine, you're already doing that anyway. You don't like it that I defend my good friends Jason Unruh and ComradeNet and Dark Snovia? Well, tell you what, fuck you. I'm going to do more of it just to piss you the fuck off personally. You don't like me criticizing AI because it steals water resources and is bad for the environment and it steals from other artists and creators? Well, fuck you. I'm not going to stop that either. You don't like it when I talk about the genocide being committed by the Zionist state in the United States? Well, fuck you. What are you going to do about it? You don't like it that I point out your contradictions and hypocrisies? Go cry about it, bitch. I don't care anymore. You don't like it when I tell you that porn and sex work are tools of oppression of the male supremacist society, that it exploits and abuses women? Good. Then I'm going to say that even more. I'm going to platform even more of that from my comrades. I'm just going to do whatever the fuck I want because I don't give a fuck. The whole first worldist community is a fucking joke. You want to know what makes Trump's bullshit, what makes Trump so stupid with his whole, like, we will never let America be taken over by the communists. It has never been a communist country. Yeah, it never has and it never will. You know why? Because if we were so much of a threat to them, we're not, but even if we were, all you'd have to do is shut down things like YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or BlueSky or fucking Discord. You know, and yeah, VPNs exist, things like Telegram, Signal, Wire, that bullshit, but they aren't foolproof. Let's be real. You do all that, you shut that shit down, and the first world left would fold as soon as the conventional means were severed and the whole thing would collapse overnight. So, yeah, fuck it. I'm just going to keep doing whatever the fuck I want. The message on this channel will remain the same. I'm going to just keep doing the same serious work and fulfilling of promises that I and other comrades have made to people. But I am going to be more in your face, more confrontational, more direct about things now. This isn't even about views or likes or clout or any of that other bullshit, because that's never been what I've been about or what this channel's been about. This is about sticking true to being the delightful cunt that I've always been. But frankly, I've been too nice. I've been holding back, and I'm absolutely fucking done with that. Now, again, I will have to be mindful of certain language that I use from now on, because fuck. Because obviously, you know, YouTube's bullshit terms and conditions. But yeah, I'm not holding back anymore. I'm done holding back. I'm going to be confronting Zoe Baker for all of her bullshit that she did to Jason Unruh. I'm going to confront the gender warriors on feminism and why we need gender egalitarianism, because it is a superior form of women's liberation and it's more dialectical. I'm going to speak more on how dialectics is more superior to intersectionality. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm also going to be more confrontational with my fellow trans people, because too many of you still don't fucking get that we need real liberation, not some performative liberal bullshit from a system that clearly is not made for us and does not care about us. And you know what? Fuck it. If you can't take it, if you can't take what I'm dishing out, you don't have to eat. Blow me. I'm going to keep doing my thing. I'm just going to be more direct about it. So yeah, stay tuned. You're going to see stuff you like, and if you don't, suck my left tit, because I'm not putting up with the bullshit anymore. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share on various social media. And also, don't forget to call me fat and ugly, that I'm not a real woman. I'll never be a real woman. Call me slurs. Say I have internalized transphobia and homophobia and misogyny. Call me a tanky, whatever you want. I could give less of a shit from someone I'm never going to fucking meet anyway. I'm Red Pagan Nicole for the Red Pagan Network, signing off. Until next time.
Foot you. Simultaneous you and me, and you, simultaneous loving, baby.